Alright, so here's what we ended up doing. This is CT with CT Machinery Systems. Let's review what I did real quick. I think it'll save money and be the most effective solution on the PTU. This is a 2011 Lincoln MKS. Went ahead and drilled this out with a 11/16 silver and Deming. Really actually opened it up nicely. The reason I did that is because the original plug that came out of the fill plug that I pulled out as I put my reservoir accumulator kit on. You can see that brass fitting up in there. So I'm going to offer a kit for everyone which will enable you to use your existing fill plug as a drain plug now. This tap is a 7/8 inch National Fine. This is the die that fits the original fill plug, which you can see, as you can see, it's a 7/8 NF14, meaning National Fine 14 threads per inch. You want to definitely have a magnetic plug in here, so I'm just going to repurpose, reuse, recycle the existing fill plug, which I pulled out in lieu of my accumulator reservoir kit that I'll offer at arcjetweld.com. That's ARCJET, arcjetweld, ARCJETWELD.com. Pardon me, I've been dealing with extreme heat exhaustion here. So little stutter there. Alright, so I drilled that out. That was not easy, but I'm about 1 inch from the bolt there and 1 inch from the seam there. So again, follow this bolt here just behind the axle, propeller shaft, drive axle. There's your bolt just behind it. Center 1 inch, gasket edge, flat edge 1 inch. Now you want to do a little starter drill probably, or at least a good center punch drill starter. 11/16 drill is the proper drill. It's an absolute mess. Silver and Deming 11/16 inch drill. That took some serious patience and force. And I'm going to tap it out with this 7/8 National Fine. I can read it. Okay, 7/8 National Fine. .14 pitch threads per inch. I verified that by using the original fill plug. Fits nicely. So those threads will actually, the plug is tapered, it's a pipe, but that will, I don't believe that's MIP, I think it's NPT, because it does seem to have a little bit of a taper on it. We'll find out when I roll it. If it goes in a circle. It should go the other way. Yeah. Okay. Should arc this way. It does. So it does have a taper. Okay. Magnetic plug is ideal. We'll just repurpose what we have. Saves us money. Saves everybody money. And it's nice to have a larger, slightly larger drain plug that enables complete drainage. And now with my kit installed, my accumulator reservoir kit, what I'll do is I'll flush this case out with some decreep, or just use WD-40 or even diesel Just make sure you get all of it out and then flush it with a little bit of gear oil, and then put the cap in there, plug it off, and then fill it with my accumulator reservoir kit. You will be able to add at least another half a quart to a quart. So instead of having just half a quart in there, you'll have a full quart or a quart and a half, depending on how hot it is in the climate that you're in. With the reservoir, you'll be able to see at the very bottom of the fill mark. I have to find a place on the vehicle where it's fairly low because I don't want to overfill this case. But the original vent is still in place. You want to make sure the cap on the very top of that vent pipe is clean. Again, use that deep creep or P-Blaster or WD-40 to clean it out. I had deleted some P-Blaster. The deep creep works as well. But anyway, those are my two favorites. I make sure that vent cap is clear because you want that damn thing to vent. I have to take my chain off the joint here of this cat converter to deter for theft deterrent, but I still have my heat shield in place. Anyhow, I've got to wrap this up today. I've been laboring away at it. Finally found a combination that'll work for what stock I had, and I just realized, you know what, just use the existing fill plug. I have the tap for that, and that works out great. So bigger the better, to a point. We're still within safety parameters of that case in terms of strength, flexure, and creep. Will not have any creep or flexure in the case. That's very important. Okay, thanks for your interest. This is CT signing off. Adios.